Thanks everybody for joining us. This is the Heroes Era. I'm your Dungeon Master, Raging Sensei, and these are your heroes. Silverado.
Howard Wood Elf Monk runs real fast.
And Eric.
Hi, I'm Jason. I'm playing Eric, a fighter cleric, the token big dumb fighter. New to the party, but he's already kind of made his mark on the world.
Very good. Tonight, join us for an adventure, a game of Dungeons and Dragons. We are telling a story, and we do not yet know how it will go. The players, the Dungeon Master, the dice, all these will have a hand in how the game unfolds. This is the Heroes Era. And we'll begin with just going through a brief recap of last session. Anybody have any notes?
Yeah. So last session we started with me being saved by Womnalda, I believe, and bringing me to a tavern where the rest of the group that was separated from us were at, and there was also Eric there, which is where he was introduced. He talked to them for a bit before I joined up, and we were all discussing. Well, I told him of what happened in the caverns and that what happened to Xander. And it was basically a good coincidence that all of us had business with Orgood, which was the wizard that pretty much captured us in the caverns. Eric was going after him for reasons of the temple, I believe. Omnalda and her group had an appointment with them trying to get us back, I believe, and I have my reasons as well to go and save those I left behind. And it ended up in all of us going towards the workhouse, was it? That
Yes.
he had?
Yep.
To his workhouse, because he was a rich, powerful man in the underground civilization that we are at. And we tried to have a conversation with him after we got to his appointment, and on the way there we met up with Vincent as well, who was in a guest room of all things, not an actual cell. So he's one of those characteristic villains. And he went invisible, and we tried talking to the wizard. He wasn't having none of it. He sicked some armored statues on us, which we fought and took down. We broke through a door with a hammer, run into some minotaurs, took them out, got real low on health and spells and all that, and tried to leave. And then he approached us, looking at Xander with Deathida and Kevin, who were the ones that were captured. After some back and forth, trying to figure out if they were real or not, because illusions. We decided they were real, and we went to battle and saved them. But most of us were unconscious after the battle. And we killed the wizard man. We killed Orgood.
Right. You killed Orgood, the powerful wizard, who had killed Xander.
Mm-hmm.
He did.
Got him killed.
I believe last week we got back to the Temple of Therazes. I met up with Jopri.
Mm-hmm. After we killed the wizard, we grounded up everybody that was unconscious. You guys got me back up, and Deathida and Kevin, who were hurt, and the other dwarves that were with us that were hurt, went to the tavern instead to recuperate and get back up on their feet. We went to the temple to go discuss and take a rest and get this hammer looked at by some of Eric's people. This is where I hand it to Eric, because he knows more about this temple stuff than I do.
Yeah, so that's where I think we met up with Jopri, and we had last week was kind of was no combat, right? It was mostly
it was all
mostly
talk.
RP and kind of working out our next course of action. Kind of get the three of us kind of getting reacquainted with each other, and talking about doing some disenchanting on that magic hammer to remove some of the dark magic in it. With Jopri.
Right. Yep, Jopri had accepted that hammer and had brought it to some of the weapons masters of Brahms who are staying with the clerics Remember, the
That's
Temple
right.
of Brahms had also been destroyed by the giants.
Right. And when we left, we were woken up in the middle of the night before we were able to finish our rest. Silverado wants to go and find
Kingston.
And anyone else that might be still
A rescue mission.
left there. Yeah.
Because the rest of the group came back and Death and Kevin were mad at me. And Silverado didn't like that, so he drank a bit and thought about it and decided to go. He was going to go by himself, but like a A-team moment, everyone banded together and we're going to decide that we're all doing this together and no one gets left behind, sort of thing. But
That's right.
That's
and
where we
Eric
left
kind
off.
of felt a sense of
duty.
duty to prove himself to these guys if they were going to help him kind of continue kind of his mission to kind of right this world and settle the balance. He could help them, avenge their friends.
And then I remember a large part of the game last week was a conversation between Joffrey and you all regarding the stone, the Chaos Stone.
That's right, the Chaos Stone as well. It's a big part of it.
Yeah, we had a huge Q&A, and we just kept bouncing questions back and forth about what's this stone that we have in our pocket, what's this hammer about, who was Orgood, all that stuff. Mostly it was the Chaos Stone and what it could do and like who's after it and kind of the mechanics of it was a large portion.
Right. Yeah, a long conversation about the mechanics of this Chaos Stone, Joffrey giving a bit of information as to, what may happen or its past uses. And after the conversation, Vincent left the room, and I think everybody else was gone from the room except for Eric and Joffrey. And Joffrey told Eric something. Do you remember what that was, Eric?
Joffrey thinks that Vincent has one of the Chaos Stones. He got the suspicion from him. Is that what you're referring to?
Yes. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of hypotheticals.
He couldn't pinpoint exactly if he actually did, but he got the impression that he knew a little bit too much about one of these very rare stones.
Yes. And he also sensed a strange magical essence at Vincent's side as well. So,
right.
Yeah. Seems to be an end for us because we can't mask that whatsoever, and anyone with magical ability is going to know.
Good point. Something to keep in mind.
Yeah, I need to get a lead box.
And so Silverado had awoken from his trance and decided that before everybody was up for the morning, he would go and rescue his friend Kingston, but his allies were awakened nonetheless. Deathida was intent on joining you as well. She was one of the ones who was rather harsh on you.
Yeah.
But she also...
I left her behind, yeah. I would imagine so.
Right. And she did seem, almost relieved that you were choosing to go save Kingston. And, of course, she had offered to come with you as well. And so when you awoke, I guess it was your preparations that woke your allies, and you all were staying in Joffrey's quarters.
Private quarters, yeah.
He had offered that to you for the night so you could get a good night's rest. And so you have all awoken and have made your preparations to head out. I remember Silverado making a detailed list of what he'd be bringing with him.
Oh, that was before everybody was going to come with me. I was just going to leave that stuff behind in case I died, so they would have some of my stuff with them.
Oh, I see.
I believe there was some sense of haste required because we felt like as people started to realize what happened to, forgive me, his name was
Orgood.
That there might be some sort of alarm raised or something. People might be looking for us, and the next part of our mission was to be heading towards Dunlop's Tavern.
Yeah. So we were going to talk to Joffrey to try to find out how we could get out of the city.
Yeah, that's right.
So an exit strategy. So we don't just go in there and then make it up as we go along.
Yeah. And we'd also mentioned that we might be worthwhile asking the Church of Therazessa if maybe they might have some healing potions that we could acquire from them.
We need them. We need them for sure.
So maybe I should go have a chat with Joffrey on our way out. Is it? I forget if it's. Is it middle of the night, or was it just we were resting? It was during the day, but we were just crashing.
Right, you all were crashing about midday, so this would be evening.
Okay. So I will...
like the mid-afternoon-ish.
Okay, cool. So I will get all prepped up like I'm heading out on a... giving the impression that I'm leaving town and go and chat with Joffrey.
Okay, so you'll leave the room, and Joffrey is easy enough to find in the main hall of the temple. Eric, Master Eric, you must rest. You're looking very tired, my friend.
Brother Joffrey, you have no idea how much I want to rest right now. Unfortunately, my new companions are destined to set out on some sort of rescue mission. Some of their companions were taken by Orgud's men when they were deep in the caves, the caverns beneath, and I feel like if I am to gain their trust and their help in my my missions, that I owe them my help in this mission. So we are going to set out to do this now. There was some concern on your part that some people might be looking for us, that we should probably get out of town sooner than later. I'm wondering if we can set up some sort of rendezvous point. You'd mentioned giving us showing us a good way of getting out of here and setting on the right path towards Dunlop's Tavern. I was wondering if you might be able to help us or figure out where best we should meet after we are able to find my friend's friends.
Well, it is a couple of hours across town, and if you hurry back, I could send you out with an evening shipment. We're sending... we are sending people with it, but that is not to be known. But we have goods, rugs, and clothing that we are sending to the surface, but we are trying to smuggle some of our own out of the city. We have a small caravan leaving, and with our status, we are expecting not to be searched. So, if you make it back in time, we can put you on board there and probably hide you on the way out, as long as you don't draw any attention on your way back.
Noted. Okay. So would it be best for us to rendezvous here?
I fear that it would be too dangerous to send any wagons to pick you up or anything of that sort deep into the city. We have a straight shot north here. I would hate to meander and get lost or detained.
Perhaps, that sounds like a fair plan. We can do that. The other question I have, and I apologize for, I've put too many burdens on you already. I was wondering if the church might have some healing potions they might be able to spare for us. As you're aware, we weren't able to. I wasn't able to rest fully, and so my control over Therazessa's will won't be at its full potential for the next little while.
We can spare several, but how many would you require? 3? That is fair, Master Eric. I will have the students make some more to replenish, and you may
Brother
take
Joffrey,
these.
you're most kind. I'll be sure to pass my offerings to Therazessa's fountain on our way out.
Very good. She needs every strength that she can muster.
You've been too good to us already, Joffrey. We thank you.
Joffrey says, but wait, there is something that I would like to give you.
Oh.
I saw that you took interest in the enchantment or de-enchanting of that weapon, and we were
very much
removing the tainted dark magics from it. I've had one of the students write out the entire ritual for you, and I suspect that with your own study, perhaps you could learn this.
Oh.
He hands you a scroll in a scroll case, and he says, also, your friend was quite interested in the Chaos Stones. And so I had one of the students transcribe one of our history books. I do not believe he will be done with it yet, but perhaps you would like to gather it from him in case we do not meet again. Or he could complete it and you could all, and he could give it to Vincent when you all return.
If you're thinking when we come back to meet your caravan.
Yes, well, there are many
or if we
stories
were
to
to
write
return
in this
another time.
book, so...
I feel like the completed work would probably be much more beneficial to us in the long run, so that would give us reason to return and see you again.
And where is your prankster friend? I must speak with him.
Silverado?
Yes, that's the one.
I can find. He was here a moment ago. He's the one that's
The old wood elf with the heart of a
us.
child.
Yes.
Yes, I would see him a moment.
Yes,
if
and
you
the
know
face
where
of a
he
ghost?
is. Yeah, the face of a ghost, yes.
Yeah, 1 second. I'll just run and grab him, and I'll just step away momentarily to grab Silverado. Hey, Joffrey would like a word with you as well, Silverado. And nothing to be worried about.
Oh, well, all right. I walk over to Joffrey like, hey, man, how's it going?
Oh, Silverado. Ever the jokester. You gave one of our students quite the scare, my friend.
Oh, with the, Oh, that's not a prank.
Oh, not a prank.
That's actually real.
Real what, my friend? A real mess is what it is.
See, culture's a finicky thing, and
oh yes, please.
we are held by some traditions back where I'm from, and I'm trying to think if I should tell this guy about the Feywild to make this more convincing. No, I'm not going to do that.
Well, Silverado, nonetheless, it's a kind of a silly prank. I'm not really here to speak to you about that if it is making you uncomfortable. It's all harmless fun. Or perhaps if it is a custom, I would wish to understand, but...
No, I was lying to you. It was just a prank. Yeah, it's pretty funny, though. Spur of the moment thing, in a drunken haze.
You are an interesting character, but there is some strange power in you as well, is there not, my friend?
Strange power?
Yes, a strange power.
All right, that's
tales.
That's actually my ancestry coming through at that point.
The dwarves speak of great feats of strength.
I jump real far. That's one of the things I can do. I can run quick. I can...
You can fell a warlord in a single blow?
Okay. Yeah, I did clock him out, but I think that's more of just a fighting background than it is magical, but who knows?
Ah, well, you are also modest. If not a bit strange. Well, times are very hard for the clerics of Brahms, but let's say I gathered this from them and told them that I would put it to good use, and I would like to give it to you as a gift. And let's see if you can make something of it. And he hands you...
Well, my last gift was a warg.
Yes, well, what has happened with that?
Find him.
We're trying to
going to find him.
Yeah, we're going to find him and some others, yeah.
Well, I think this will help. The second gift to help you with your first gift, or whichever gift this may be. And he hands you a glove made of very loose links of chain. But at the fingers of this glove, they're tied together with like leather banding that have metal spikes protruding from it, kind of like a gloved brass knuckles.
So I have a fingerless gloved brass knuckle now.
Yes, and it's
hell yeah,
magical, and it'll grant you +1 to attack and damage.
Wow, slick.
When you use your fist to punch, obviously.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
I look and like, oh man, this is pretty cool. I gotta get a whole outfit with this one.
Nice.
I gotta get some leather. Gotta get like a leather coat and like a.
And did Joffrey give us the hammer back?
I believe I still have the hammer.
The hammer is ready for you. They had borrowed the hammer to do the enchantment work on it.
Enchantment, yeah.
But he has it ready for you. He would hand it back to you, Silverado.
Oh, cool. Dude, I'm going full punk.
Cool.
That is a cool item, man. Thank you. Thank you. I bow.
Silverado, do you mind if I take that hammer for a test drive on this little adventure?
I mean, I haven't used it as a weapon yet, but it's certainly good for breaking things down.
Right.
Just don't actively hold it, or else you're very slow.
All right. Cool. Let's see how it goes.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
He says, well, I do wish you luck. I better get to my evening classes, and would you like a cart to go across town again?
What? If it would be quicker.
Yes, I will send 2 runners with you.
Oh,
All right.
And Brother Joffrey, you're too good to us.
Getting the full escort going.
Well, how
Thank you
many of
very
you are
much.
going this evening?
3. 4.
Yes, 4. Yes.
Very good. And as you all part from Joffrey, you see Thragnown and Deathada having a conversation. I imagine you are pretty close anyways and would approach. And Thragnown seems to be trying to ask Deathada if he can go in her stead, saying that he does not wish to leave Vincent's side.
Isn't Thragnown, like, hurt?
Yeah, he's hopping along, right?
Thragnown's got a bum leg. Yep.
I'll approach him and say, Thragnown, you don't have to. I understand. I've picked up on your apprehensions with Vincent, but you don't have to worry. I'll be with him in this case, and we'll be back to get you, and you can come with us when we move towards the surface. But you're best to stay here and rest.
Thragnown seems to be torn, as he knows something that Eric does not, and does not yet wish to share it with him. It's kind of a tricky situation with how that's unfolding, and then without Vincent being here, but Thragnown will agree reluctantly and say, please come back, my friends. We have much business still to do together.
Well, yeah, I hope I don't die. That would be nice. You know, for once, just not die on an adventure.
Well, you have already died a handful of times, Silverado. What's another time?
Dude, I get the... Yeah, why not? Why not? The void is nothing new to me at this point.
But in all seriousness, Silverado, you do yourself proud, and may Dunsmere smile upon your act of friendship.
Hell yeah, brother.
He clasps your forearm and bids
And
you good luck.
Predator handshake.
Wait,
The
what
good
is
old-
this now?
The good old forearm handshake.
Yeah,
That's the Predator handshake.
Oh, right on. So, yes, clasping forearms as brethren, and he wishes you good luck. And Eric, Joffrey actually asks to speak to you again for a moment off to the side.
For sure.
And he says, in a hushed tone, Eric, please do keep an eye on Vincent. I feel that we may be able to trust him, but perhaps only so far as we are useful to him. So please bring him back and what he carries.
Okay. Cool. And I just have that look like, I don't fully understand what he's saying, but I take his words for what they are, and I trust him. So yeah. Yeah, I trust your judgment, Joffrey. Don't worry.
Good then. Hurry and save your friend.
With that, I'll also for Vincent and Silverado, I hand them each a healing potion that brother Joffrey was able to give us each.
Nice.
I will take that, definitely. I'm probably going to need it. What type of healing potion is this? Just a normal?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so the streets are very busy. Joffrey is provided for you 2 runners and 2 carts. Each runner carries a cart with 2 people in it. And nobody bothers you on your way through town. Those that try to hail you, the runners ignore, and you can simply watch or wave at as you pass. And about an hour and a half later, you get to the other side of town where Orgood's workhouse is. You recognize the neighborhood. There's the Perfect Pint. There's a small mining community that surrounds Orgood's mine. And before you is Orgood's workhouse. Let's see here.
Oh boy. Once more.
This is about like 7 or 8 hours since we left. It's not that long, I guess, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Does it look any different than when we left it?
Well, I will describe the place again, and it is a little bit different. Oh, no worries.
Jumping the gun.
No worries. The front of Orgood's house is crafted from solid marble. There are ornate carvings of all the gods decorating the walls. A stone garden of beautiful amethyst, aquamarine, garnet, jade, and the like sit in beautiful designs. Smoke drifts from above the residence, coming from various points along the roof. The front doors are wide open. Music emanates from within. A Dwergar stands at the entrance. He greets wealthy-looking people who are entering Orgood's house.
Oh, did we just walk into a party? A political gathering?
I hope you're dressed for the occasion.
I am wearing a temple shirt and some, I think, red pants. No.
Okay.
No, I am not dressed for this. I don't have my robe anymore. That's the only fancy thing I had.
Oh, they will not like me there. There are Dwergar all around.
Well,
Deathida?
Yes, Eric?
Yeah.
Eric?
Yeah. Or was that Deathida saying that? Sorry.
Oh, yes.
well, Eric, you're about the only person I could think that could go in there and not be looked at funny, because you've come from the Three Kingdoms, I believe. I may be just taking a guess with the. All right, so I think you're the only one that fits in here, pal. Everyone else is kind of just. We got a cloaked man, a dwarf that the Dwergar don't like, and an elf that's in pretty much poor clothing.
Should we go to the tavern for planning, or just step off here to the alleyway?
Yeah, we need to step somewhere at a site, and I'm wondering if maybe there's another entrance.
Probably. Big houses like these usually have a back door somewhere to load in supplies, crates, stuff like that.
You can see that on the front of the building there are 2 entrances. One is foremost and ornately decorated, and then there's another maybe 100 feet south. So this is like along the western wall of this underground city that is beneath the mountain. And so the Orgood's house is carved into the side of the mountain here. And like I said, that foremost door that's most decorative and for guests that you used earlier is directly ahead of you. And then off to the left and behind, there is another entrance that seems to just be less used.
Told you, service entrance.
Do you think this is some kind of party?
Oh, for sure.
Orgood's apprentice is throwing because he's like the man in charge now?
Yeah, it's a thing that happens in politics a lot. And dude died. I knew the new ruler. You greet everybody, make connections, all that stuff.
Do you guys want to try to find out or ask around or anything?
Yeah, totally do. I want to go to the like you mentioned that the Perfect Pint.
Yes.
It was close by, wasn't it?
Yes, very close. This is a small community that Orgood directly owns. So within a couple of blocks is the Perfect Pint.
Perfect.
Pint.
We were here yesterday.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Did you tip well?
Absolutely.
I don't remember.
So as you enter, it's a tavern like any other, except it's very clean. As you recall, the ale was called by Thragnown Swill, and so it's a working man's establishment here. You've got cheap drinks and plenty of them.
We're done.
You want to talk to the people, or should I?
I'll go up to the. Is there a tavern keep or a bar keep?
Yes.
I'll approach him and just I'll put a couple of silver coins on the table, and I'll just say, what's all the commotion at Orgood's house tonight?
Ah, Orgood's having a party. He takes the silver coins and slides them across the table. He says, all the union leaders, they come in for a party. Come to get some drinks, some dancing. Hopefully afterwards some of them stumble in here and spend too much money, you know?
So Orgood's throwing a party, you say?
Yeah, Orgood, you know, the guy that owns the place.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If anyone's going to throw a party, I guess it's going to be him, right?
Oh, yeah,
Are you
for sure.
invited? You look like the kind that might go in there.
I'm not going to say I was invited, but it was mentioned that I should stop by. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, I take your meaning. Well, is there anything else of interest to you? Maybe I can help.
I'll put a couple more silver coins on the table, and just say, maybe I can roll. I'll try a persuasion, and if you wanted, is there a better way to get in than the front door? If I didn't want everyone seeing me come in.
Oh, you're the shy type, huh?
I don't like to make an entrance. I like to, you know. I'm not one to show off. I've never felt the need. And I kind of puff my shoulders and my chest out a bit.
Will you roll a persuasion check, please?
Gosh, let's try this out.
Better you than me.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, let's leave a mark. I rolled 6 on my persuasion.
How do I suspiciously enter
Not
this
bad.
party?
Not bad at all. Not good, I should say. Not good at all.
Well, there's a few ways in, my friend. You're kind of a strange fellow, though. Are you sure I won't get into trouble telling you anything?
I'll set a gold piece on the bar, and I'll let him know. Your secrets are safe with me, my friend. I can assure you that.
Well, if I have something good to tell you, I think that it'll probably cost you about 50 gold.
50 gold.
50 gold, my friend, for the finest alcohol I have in the place. And keep your voice down, would ya?
You have something you want to show me? Is that what you're trying to say?
Look, I'll tell you something. If you like it, then you can pay me. And then if you like it and you don't pay me, maybe I'll tell somebody else the same thing, you know?
Well, I'd love to pay you 50 gold, my friend, but I just don't have them to give you.
Oh, well, what do you have? We can always make a deal.
I can give you 5 gold.
What a deal.
How honest is that?
I have
From
9
the
gold
DM's
total.
perspective.
I have 9.
Well, 5 gold.
Don't forget where we are. Money doesn't come cheap in these parts.
Yeah, sure. Neither does good information. But listen, you know what I would tell you is you either want to find yourself in a cold, wet place or a dry, hot place.
Cellar or
And he tries to look at
roof.
you. So, you know, a lot of people try to rip off Orgood, and they usually turn into his beasts, or they get fed to this other beast he has, really nasty. I know the guy that sold it to him, so, you know, if you need anything like that.
I'm aware of his large friends.
Yes, the Minotaur, those poor bastards.
Yeah.
They're cursed by him. But hey, you know, Orga does the best he can for us and does a lot for the community, he says very loudly.
Would it sway you anyway if I let you know that my intention is to save some poor chaps from becoming soldiers, let's say, and I'll implying hopefully that he knows what I'm talking about.
Well, I lost my brother to the damned bastard. He turned him into a beast. I don't know if he still walks or if he is slain below the city somewhere.
I feel like I can trust you in saying that. My hope is to end that for anyone else.
He says, try to find a smokestack. There's a lot of fireplaces in this city, my friend.
I see, hot and dry as opposed to cold and wet.
Well, either way you like. If you want to go for a swim, you know, you just swim right up that river. But I can't hold my breath long enough for that, so good luck to you.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much, friend, for that. Your advice, and I thank you.
Yes, well, you can thank me with the 5 gold you promised, my friend.
And I'll slash the 5 gold pieces that I promised him down on the bar.
Yeah, I'll hold that room for you for a few weeks then. No problem, my friend.
Perfect. And thank Orgood for me.
Orgood, yes, I'll give him his share, of course, and let him know that you said hello. Yes.
Yep. Thank you.
When Eric's walking away from the bar, I just kind of want to catch him a bit and say, well, so we got fireplaces, huh?
Hot and dry.
Hot and dry. Or the river, but the river doesn't... The river's closest. It's the most direct way there, but...
From what you told me before, the river didn't work out well for you guys.
Well, that's kind of because only one person can go at a time, and it's... You need our special object to do it, and...
Right on.
If you recall, the river took you through what looked like a mess hall that had several Minotaur in it at the time.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, and
yeah, so that's the route I thought originally we were going towards, because remember there was the cells.
Yeah, it's absolutely the most direct way there, but it's also the one that has the most opposition. The hot and dry is more sneaky and silent, but it can end badly too if we're spotted.
Well, you only live once. What, do you want to live forever?
I live forever. If I don't die in combat, I'll live forever.
Don't rub it in or anything.
Right. Well, with that, I'll pick up my... I'll just kind of give a nod to Vincent and Decida and make my way out of the tavern. And I'll immediately start looking for these smokestacks around... I don't know how if there's a way to do that inconspicuously. But as we're walking around near Orgoods, I'm just going to try and start looking around for these smokestacks that the barkeep may have been mentioning about.
Sure, the city is pretty smoky as it is, and then on top of the roof you see several trails of smoke. There's one coming out of a chimney on the front side of the building, but then there seem to be many other trails of smoke drifting up as well.
And these are all like basically out of the rooftops from Orgood, from his house.
Yes. Yes, the roof of his house is about 40 feet tall. The front of it, you can see there's the main entrance, and then above it to the left is a very large, long window that Vincent recognizes as being the guest quarters. Where he saw you guys as you were crossing the street that first time, and then he met you in the lobby. You recognize the main entrance is the lobby. And then you see another large window, essentially a wall of windows, far off to the right. And then you see the secondary entrance to the workhouse. And to the left of that is the river, Silverado. So you know that you came from the river and that the river goes through this workhouse that's on the left, or the kind of the barracks of sorts here.
So I would also like to get a bottle of whiskey to go from the bartender, however much that'll cost me, before I leave the perfect pint.
Maybe a couple silver?
I don't have any change. I don't have any silver.
He's got change for you if you have a gold.
Thank God. I'll do a gold and get some change back. So
as we walk past Orgood's house again, we'll try and dip into an alley or something, just so that we can have a moment to chat about this while we're not standing out in the open. I know this might seem awkward because he's not here, but Vincent had mentioned sending his friend in to have a little bit of a reconnaissance. Are any of those windows open by chance? Like he mentioned, he pointed out the window to the guest room, the guest house.
They're just glass. No, they're not functioning windows.
Oh, they're not functioning windows. Because right now our goal really is to find where these guys are. If they're in the workhouse, we don't have to deal with the main house, right? What do you think, Silverado? I think that might. I mean, the idea of going in blind is not very appealing to me. So if Vincent is able to have his friend do a little bit of recon for us, and he goes invisible, I believe.
Yeah.
That might, go ahead.
We'll have our friend, our little helper, go through, do some surveillance on. What were you saying? The smokestacks, the chimneys, or were you saying the river? Because I was putting change in my inventory.
I think you were saying the workhouse, kind of, essentially get a lay of the land.
I wonder if I'd be inclined to. If all the hustle and bustle is around the main entrance, I'd be inclined to check the workhouse first, because
Rollo says I'll check it out.
Okay, and Rollo.
Periodically, Minotaur have been leaving the workhouse.
Great.
So Rollo turns invisible as he's flying in that direction, leaving the alley, and you can assume that he's just bidding his time for the door to open again. And he disappears, obviously. A door opens. We'll just say some time passes before he returns. Perhaps 10 minutes later. And he'll describe to you the Minotaur's barracks. He explains that upon first entry, there's an office there and some doors. You gotta wait a bit. And then you go to the dining hall and you go to the bunks. There's some fireplaces. Only a few minutes are around at the moment. Then looks like some crazy fighting pit. And some doors to some back caverns. I think it's where we were the other day.
Okay. No sign of, he isn't mentioning any sign of Kingston.
I couldn't get back into the caverns. I was waiting for the door to open, but
no one did it.
Yeah, can only get so far.
So, did you go to the mess hall at all? This kind of eatery place with Minotaurs.
Yeah, it's like one big room there, like bunks and place to eat. So what I'm going to do here for us is I'll move the players to a map that I've drawn, and I'll reveal what he describes, which is just kind of like a basic layout of
all right,
this part here. And
dun 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 dun.
Forgive my art. It's a pretty basic drawing here.
Sure, it's perfect.
Okay.
Nice. Okay, cool. This is what Rollo describes for us.
Right. And I'll move the thing over for our viewers as well here. Let's see. And if you guys are watching the stream, you might not want to, my players. It might be a little more interesting for you as parts of this place are revealed.
Oh, I'm gonna metagame real quick. Hold on. Let me get the stream pulled up. No. I already done that once. I don't need to do it again.
Oh gosh,
Wait.
our images are all scrambled here. Let me fix this. Sorry.
I'm just dipping into my stash of Twizzlers.
I have some that went bad. They go rock hard.
They don't go bad. What are we talking about?
What? All right.
They're like, they just get better.
Twizzlers, they don't go bad.
Nope.
The more you chew it, the more flavor you get. You know, doesn't matter if they're rock hard.
I'm not going to say that there's like an optimal softness, but they don't get bad.
Are you waiting for them to like ripen so you can like it's aged so fine I can just like.
Dude, you should see me when I go to the grocery store, and my wife will be laughing at me because I'll be like feeling the bags for like the perfect,
the perfect softness, perfect hardness.
Yeah, there's an art to it. It's like picking fruit.
Yeah, you just bite off a Twizzler bite a Twizzler off like a frozen Charleston chew. To break it in half.
So, sorry for that little reset there. So, Rollo describes this area. To the right, these rectangles are bunks. There's like a large table in the mess hall. Is that L-looking thing? Is a table. He explains that there's a kind of a large arena battle pit. That's this area.
Right on.
And then the river here is to the left. And Silverado, that would have been the river that you had to swim through to escape.
Ah, so I know where to go from there.
And from there, you'd be going up current, and it also required that hammer to travel through the river.
If the door is locked on the other side, we can go through there as an option. There's not too many people around, just a thought. And where is the door that Rollo couldn't get through? That one.
Here,
okay.
The northward door. On the far side of this fighting pit, it seems like it's an elevated area. Yeah, and there are like kind of two living quarters on either side of the pit. So there's the front entryway is an office of sorts, then the main mess hall with the river to the left, the bunks on the right side, and then the main dining hall here towards the lower part of the room. And then the fighting pit area towards the top or northern area there of the map.
So, we're probably going to encounter some minotaurs, possibly fighting in the pit. But I don't know. And Rollo came through this door, correct?
This one here, this double door down here.
Oh, okay. All right. So perhaps we go take the route that Rollo did, or at least try our best to copy it to get to this door, and then play it by ear as we get there. Try and see if there's any minotaurs sleeping in these quarters, or see if they're fighting.
Rollo says there's just a few minotaur hanging around, eating, sleeping.
Okay. Sleeping ones I'm not afraid of. The ones that are eating, though. I can always make them...
3 minotaurs?
Yeah, 3.
And are these windows? These little ones?
Those are fireplaces.
Oh, okay. All right. So it could possibly circumvent the whole thing and go through
Another way in.
one of these
Get all
fireplaces.
Santa Claus on them.
Yeah. Go through and hopefully not encounter somebody in here.
Yeah, there seem to be fireplaces in most rooms that are revealed here. So I say we get access.
And Rollo wasn't able to tell us what was in this room here, to the top left room, and the top right.
Says the top left and right look like living quarters.
And there's no one in them?
I don't know. The doors are shut. Yeah. There's like a rug in front of the door. Yeah, kind of fancy or something.
Oh, fancy.
I don't know.
Okay.
I mean, for a beast, fancy. Whatever.
That's okay, Rollo.
So we're thinking maybe that door in the pit room leads somewhere, maybe where our friends may be. And are we thinking that this door here is what leads back into the main building?
Which door?
Yes.
To the right side there? Yes, I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
So I say...
Well, you guys know I'm a walking tin can. I'm basically not tin can, but I'm walking Jingle Bells.
So I revealed for you also the main entry area that you had been in before.
Okay. And so this is the service door then?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, okay. Right. This is where we fought.
Vincent knows that connecting these two places is a hallway that goes to the guest quarters. And he explains that the guest quarters are, really nicely furnished. They have private baths in them and fresh robes and linens, but there wasn't too much of interest up there, except for that very large glass window that was quite beautiful.
Right, okay.
Now I want a robe from this guy. It was kind of like a trophy.
Oh, Silverado the robe collector.
Yeah, man. He took my last one, so I'm gonna get this one. Ooh, I know what I should do. If we're able to, I would love to steal a couple robes.
Cool. We'll see what happens.
Can I start calling you Hugh Hefner? It'll be fun.
Sure. I don't know who that is, but all right.
Oh, you don't?
No, I'm not culturally aware.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if he's part of the culture anymore. He's some old. He's an old dude.
Is he dead? Did he die?
I don't know. If he did, may he rest in peace.
Yeah.
So, as you guys are hatching your plan, Vincent says that he's pretty wary about going back in there, considering what he's carrying, an item of great value that he needs to see through.
Yeah. I say that you run lookout with Rollo and tell if there's anybody coming or going from up a front, because you'll just have Rollo with us.
But he can't communicate with Rollo telepathically and see at the same time.
No, he's blind and deaf when he's going through Rollo, but if Rollo can talk to us or like at least point and be like point and then one guard or two guard or something like that, that at least help. I'm pretty stealthy. So but you are a tin can. Yeah. That makes a lot of noise. Your jingle bells that make a lot of noise.
Yeah. What I'm wondering now is, now that we've seen these 3 smokestacks.
Yeah.
And we're looking at we've got a sense of, I guess, let's say for science sake, we kind of drew a makeshift version of what Rollo's describing in the dust on the ground. And I look at the building, and I could probably kind of get a sense of these 3 smokestacks on the roof, and then can I see any more? Like that might be past it. That might be past.
Rollo says, "You want me to go check it out?"
Please do.
Yeah, I think
I'll get a view from topside.
Sure.
Yeah, see you, Rollo.
And Rollo, while you're there, also see if you can see a way of getting up there. That's the next hurdle I'll have once we figure out if it's worth going up there.
I have rope.
I do too, but it's not. It's more getting up there discreetly I'm worried about.
Oh, look what I got. Maybe I have something.
Rollo returns after several minutes. He says, they got a lot of fireplaces in there.
Nah.
But there's some places that are still cold. Looks like down towards the back of the place.
Huh.
He says,
I mean, there's no point in keeping the prisoners warm, right?
Oh, gosh. Well, it looks like most of these are small chutes, but a couple of them have big holes almost the size of a crawl space.
Okay. Somewhere that I could fit down, you think?
Yeah, if you suck it in, buddy.
Oh,
Would
I high five Rolo.
you didn't happen to have gone down to figure out if where they lead, if maybe they lead us to what we're looking for? You know, we're looking for that big wolf guy.
Big warg man, yeah.
Does Rolo talk to us? I know this is kind of out of character because Chris isn't here, and he would only communicate with Chris.
I think at this juncture, Rollo's communicating with you all.
Okay.
Because Rolo's he's an imp. He's not like a bird or like a cat or something. That
Right. Yep.
Okay.
he's a person. He just has to do what Vincent says. So would I remember if there was a fireplace while I was in the cells there? Would have noticed anything like that?
There were no fireplaces in the area where you were detained, in the back cellars in the cave system. No, there were not.
Okay. I mean, we can just have Rolo keep going down the fireplaces and see where they lead, because he's an imp and it's fire.
So, Rolo, you mentioned that you're familiar with this river part. That
I definitely know where the river leads, and
was there another way, or that wouldn't have been the way that you got out?
that's where I got out from. Yeah, it's a long way, and you're going upstream instead of going downstream. And going downstream, you couldn't hold your breath to survive. So going upstream is nearly impossible without the hammer. But I know where it leads, and I know where it goes. Is the main thing.
Gotcha.
Well, perhaps we should just walk up the river with the hammer, Deathita says.
I don't know if Kingston can hold a hammer.
Oh, dear me, that is not a plan then, is it?
No.
I mean, he can like hold it in his jaws, but like his poor mouth is gonna be, his head's just gonna be dangling down to the ground from that weight of the hammer.
Oh, then some kind of diversion so that we can sneak the pup out.
Possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Or if one of the doors are locked from behind, you can go up the river and unlock them.
What do we have that could create a diversion?
Boy, I have bombs.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, Eric, I never told you about this. I actively carry a bomb on me.
Sounds like a wonderful idea.
Yeah, I know, right? It's a bunch of booze and some nails and some glass shards in there. You make it real nasty.
Does sound nasty. Okay.
I got the idea from a sweet old man. It was kind of crazy.
Okay.
As you all are hatching your plan. I'm sorry, go ahead, Eric.
Sorry, I was going to say, are we in agreement that we feel like we need to get to this door some way? Is that what we're thinking?
I feel that's the plan, yeah.
Rolo comes back. You notice that he had been gone for a moment. He says, "You know what? I found something really cool."
Oh, did you now?
One of these chimneys takes you right into the wall.
The wall?
Into the wall. There's a place in the wall between the rooms.
I like that idea.
And all my
die hard on them.
All my stereotypes of noble houses are coming true right now. The secret pathways, the service entrance, the parties.
The paintings with the eyes that move?
Not yet. We're getting there. There were magic statues, so who knows?
All right. So, okay, Rolo, did you happen to see a way that we might be able to get up there to these chimneys?
I don't know. It's like sheer marble. I think you'd probably get noticed climbing up the front of this place. Maybe you go in that alley around the side, but or over the river. I don't know, but you need something to hide you. And as you look, you can see that you could probably traverse the far left side of this building, slightly obscured, but as I said, it's kind of carved into the side of the underbelly of this mountain here. So you'd basically be kind of moving amongst the shadows of these rocky outcroppings if you were to try to climb up in that area. Other than that, the walls are very sheer. So
right. We'd need a firm hold on a grappling hook, and then
I have pittance.
I do too. Yeah.
We have stuff for climbing. We just need a. One person needs to get up there.
We need a way to hide ourselves.
We gotta get up there and get the rope down for the others. Getting up there without being noticed, though. Trying to see what I have, because it's most likely I'm gonna be the one of the persons that could do it. I mean, how tall is the building again?
about 40 feet.
Yeah, I don't think I can jump 40 feet vertically.
The ground floor is about 25, 30 feet high, and then the top floor makes up the rest of that. So the ground floor looks like it can accommodate Minotaur and the like, whereas the top floor is made for medium size or normal size folk like you and me.
Well then.
All right.
All right, boys. What's our plan?
Oh, gosh.
I guess let's see if we can check out an alleyway or anywhere to climb up this side. Yeah, because we're not doing it right in the front entrance, because that's too
for sure
open and suspicious.
Okay. Will you guys somebody make an investigation check, please?
I mean, I can do it, but I'm not good at it.
You're not gonna be any better than me, man. Or mine's not gonna be any worse. I mean, or better.
All right.
I think what I'm trying to say is I think we'll probably have the same skill.
All right. I'll roll it then. See if I can find anything from my history of breaking into noble houses. No.
Ooh, he rolled one.
No noble house I've ever seen before.
Well, how about Eric?
Yeah. Gosh, I'm sure I'm not going to be much better. I rolled 14 on my investigation.
Okay. Well, as far as investigating for a way in, the house ends on the left side where the river comes out. And so that would be the only place that you could scale this unnoticed, except for perhaps a small nook area between the two entrances, just a bit of like a 10-foot recess. But you would need to make sure that people aren't walking by at the time that you try to climb if you try to do so.
It's looking like this area on this side of the building would be best.
Could go either way, yeah.
So, if I understand this, if I understand this right, going from the service entrance and going around the left of the building, this is where it ends, right? Where I'm pinging.
I don't see
a ping. I'm sorry.
Sorry, man.
Oh, well,
yeah, there it is. Yeah. 1,000 pings. Yep.
That's where it ends, and then we go up, and then the river is just right there.
The river's coming out of here, the left side of the building, essentially. It runs directly next to the river here.
Okay, so the river's going down from there.
Oh, so this is the river all along here.
Yes, the river all along the left side of the building here.
Gotcha. Yes. Gotcha. So this is the main entrance, and then an alternate entrance. Sorry, I keep moving my mouse, but all this area in front is somewhat busy in terms of that's where the foot traffic would be.
Yeah, and this is the river entrance.
Right.
And
the current on the river is heading in this direction.
Yes.
Yes, downwards. Yes.
Away. So if we were to try and go up the river and then come in here, it would be hard because we'd be against the current.
To get through that river, it's an underground river, so the cave surrounds it essentially. You'll have no air.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's all underwater.
And Silverado would recall it's probably 50, 60 feet of that underwater against current, so Not doable for most people. Maybe
Hang
as
on.
a super swimmer, an Olympian.
You definitely need the hammer for that then. But we can climb up the side of the house on that way. What I'm imagining is that we go around the left side of the house and like a rock climber with pittons, like an ice climber with ice picks, you just put the pit into the side.
Using pittons is gonna draw too much attention because you got to hammer those things in, right?
Oh, that'll be too loud, Silverado.
Yeah, we're gonna want to we're gonna want to get a good hold on a hook on up there on something hopefully, and walk up the wall holding on to the rope, using the rope to
rappel up.
Yeah, and the other thing too is the using pittons is going to slow us down. We want to get up and out of sight as quickly as we can.
Well, I can. Let's see. It's 30 feet for the second floor, 10 more feet for the fourth floor, and I mean, I could use Step with the Wind and try jump. Like, I don't know if I can do a vertical jump with that.
As Silverado is chatting about this, I'll just I begin tying my rope into my grappling hook. Being a sailor, I think I should be pretty good at tying knots.
Oh, right on, definitely.
Yeah.
So Deathida says, "Well, where are we all climbing up then?"
I mean,
I'm not much of a climber. Maybe I can have a lookout for you.
Because if Vincent's going to be doing stuff with Rollo for us, then he's not going to be able to see anything, but he can still feel touch. So maybe if something's going wrong, you can just like quickly tap him on the shoulder and wake him up so you guys can get out of there.
I gotta think climbing with a rope is gonna have some level of benefit to just trying to climb without a rope.
It makes it possible.
Yeah, maybe we'll have advantage, something like that.
Oh, maybe yeah. And I think Vincent mentioned that he would probably go invisible at some point. Because he gets his spells and everything back on short rest anyway, so he'd be ready to roll.
Okay. Deathida says, "I'll watch from the other side of the street, and if anybody who would take notice is coming by to the river, I will give out a call like caw." Is that a
good old bird call?
Is that a good one?
Gosh.
Sure, yeah. It's distinct. A bird in an underground civilization.
Oh, you're right. That's not the best idea, then.
I mean, we'll hear it for sure. We'll know it's you.
Maybe I'll just give a whistle, or I'll try to distract them. How about that?
Maybe, if you see someone, just kind of walk up or absently walk into them.
Oh, yes. Okay, there we go. Very good.
So,
when in doubt, play stupid.
I looked up the jump calculator again, and I believe I'm able to, with a running start of 10 feet of movement, I can jump 8 feet off the ground, and with a running start, I can reach and grab something about 15 feet off the ground. So I could run up and jump about halfway to the second floor and grab onto like a ridge or something to start climbing.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm putting it out there.
I'm down with that. So Silverado's going to try to get up there to secure the rope. Is that right?
Yeah, basically.
Oh yeah, okay.
Do you have a rope tied to your grappling hook?
I have a rope tied off on my hook.
You feel like you'll be better at throwing that, or would I?
I've got a pretty decent athletic skill. I probably could do it.
How about we try throwing it first before I go ahead and start jumping on a wall?
Sure. I just need to double check. I may just for the sake of safety, because I've got another 50 feet of silk rope on top of my 50 feet of hemp rope.
And I have 50 feet of hemp rope as well.
Yeah, I think 100 feet's plenty. but I think 50 feet might be just not quite enough. Or did you say it's about 40 feet to the roof?
It is.
Maybe I'd okay then. Maybe I'll just stick with the hemp rope tied to the grappling hook and go with that. Because once we get up there, I think we want to pull it up. We don't want it to be hanging there, right?
All right. Let's see what it's like with an athletics check. See if we can throw that grappling hook.
Man, it'd be really good. Too bad somebody didn't have any sort of guidance spell or anything.
Guidance. I forget I have it all the time. I will give you guidance for this. Yes. I gotta remember I have that.
What is your guidance take the form of, or how would you describe that?
Nice, kind words.
Is it 1d4?
Yes.
So 20 total for the athletics roll.
As Silverado says something nice to you,
you can do it.
The grappling hook catches on the roof. You feel it. You feel it grab something snugly as it flies well over the 30 or so feet to the top here on the left, where there is no second story.
Right on.
Yeah.
Cool.
So your rope is secure.
Cool. I'll give it one of those tug. Yep, feels good. And then I'll be the first dope on the rope, and I'll go up first.
All right. Let's have an athletics check, please.
Cool. And you mentioned climbing it with advantage.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Cool. Come on. 23. Boom.
Okay. I feel like you scaled the rope no problem. And then
nice.
Silverado, will you please make an athletics check?
Okay. I don't have a great score for this, but it is at advantage, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to give myself guidance before I do this. 12. Okay. Let's see if the D4 makes a difference. It's a 16.
16 total.
You easily climb the rope. As you're just near the top, you hear from below you as if someone's trying to whistle. And as you look over your shoulder, Deathida is walking across the street quickly to bump into somebody who looks like they're quite well dressed and ready to party.
Nice.
Deathida grabs the person's shoulder and kind of turns them away from you. Oh, please excuse me, you hear, and then kind of lose the sound of her voice as you climb up onto the roof.
Yeah, I take the grappling hook off, and then I roll up the rope and I hand it back to Eric.
I'll throw it to my back. So Vincent's not coming then?
Nah, he's on lookout. He's on lookout for us. Deathida's on lookout for him.
All right. So far, so good.
Mm-hmm.
I'll put it back in my bag.
So, you guys are on the roof of Orgood's workhouse here. You see several chimney stacks decorating the roof here. And perhaps 100 feet... I'm sorry, looking at my map here. It's maybe 150 feet in front of you. You see a chimney with no smoke coming out of it.
Does it look wide enough for a big guy?
It looks pretty wide, worth checking out.
Where's Rollo at this given moment?
I'm sorry, guys. Let me check our image or fix our images here. Rollo's with you guys.
I asked Rollo to go check out the chimney, see what's in there, if anybody's occupying the room.
Okay, give me 1 second here. I'll fix the images because my phone does not like me.
No problem.
Rollo's a godsend in this sneak mission.
Gosh. This is where familiars just come in awesomely, right?
Yeah. I don't want to be the
I just noticed my head got chopped off. How do I fix that?
I don't want to be
fixing the images right now. You're good.
Oh yeah. Okay. Oh, okay. Cool. That's not me.
Yeah. Sorry, my phone needs an update, and so it likes to tell me that periodically and prevent me from doing anything else.
Right on.
Let's see.
Oh, I gotcha. I see what you're doing.
I kind of just like laying on the roof of the house, and I just think back to younger days when I've done this before.
Rollo comes flying back, says, "Well, pretty freaking weird in there.
Oh, do tell.
Nasty smell, but you can get down there."
No one occupying the room.
I got a couple weirdos, like a couple levels down, sleeping. Yeah. And then below that, we got what you call a carrion crawler. I think they're feeding me body parts.
Oh.
Looks like a chimney flue / waste disposal.
Oh, gross. So this is where they're burning the other bits and
Pieces that they don't want. So which room did this one lead into then on this map here? If Rollo's able to figure that out.
let me think here.
Because I assume... Oh, I assumed that we were in the fighting pit. It's where they were keeping the thing.
I think this is a little farther than the pit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry, let me scroll your map here. So we're looking at these 3 smaller areas here. He describes it as first room is a place of surgery or torture. The next room down looks like a bedroom of sorts, and there's, like he said, there's 2 Dwergars sleeping in there. And then the floor below that is the monster, and the monster is in a cell.
In a cell.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Yep. And
that sounds like the kind of place where they might store the beasts. I'll just ask Rollo, is this if we were to go down all the way to the bottom, are we going to come out inside the cell or outside of that cell? Do you know?
If you go to the bottom, you're in that cell. I don't know if I'd go that far. There's a couple of doors on the other rooms.
Good call.
I don't know where they lead, though. I didn't want to wake those weirdos up. They're like sleeping in blood.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty creepy.
All right.
So they're not dead, they're just sleeping in blood.
I think so, yeah. Unless they are dead, but not dead. Undead.
Yeah.
I don't know, though. I think they're alive. I think they're sleeping and they're gross.
Well, I mean, for you to say that gross, that must really mean something too, right?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Didn't realize I was so gross.
No, I'm just joshing.
He's joshing, yeah, Rollo.
Rollo's a little sensitive, maybe. No.
Hey, it's okay, Rollo. Come here.
Hey, let's take a quick break here to refresh our coffees, and after a short rest, we'll resume the game.
Sounds good.
Uh-huh.